to the final 5 competitors. And they'll be shooting for the $200,000 grand prize. Are you ready to meet the final 5? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Well, here they are. Introducing first, he's an angler with 3 top 10 finishes on the Everstar Tour. This is his first time in the top 5 on the Walmart FLW Tour. Let's meet him now.
My name is Mark Pack. I'm from Minneola, Texas. I would dedicate tomorrow to my wife and my 2 boys because they stand behind me everything I do in fishing, and they're just always there for me. My chances tomorrow, I would think, as good as anybody's. Mainly, a lot of people are starting to run out of fish, and it's mainly you have to try to catch a small limited spot and just trying to catch 2 to 3 good smallmouth, just going down the bank trying to find one that'll lock on and one that you can catch.
Ladies and gentlemen, weighing in with a 3-day total of 33 pounds, 3 ounces from Minneola, Texas, here is Mark, the Pac-Man Pack. And our next finalist, he's making his 3rd top 5 appearance on the Walmart FLW Tour. He's the 1998 Walmart Open champion here on Beaver Lake. Let's meet him.
My name is Gerald Swindle. I'm from Warrior, Alabama, and I'm age 31. I dedicate tomorrow to my Uncle Eugene. It's my mom's brother, and we found out 2 weeks ago that he was dying of terminally ill cancer, and he will not live another month or 2. And he's just a fishing fanatic. He's made a vow that he's going to try to fish every day of his life. If I had to give it up for him tomorrow, I'd do it.
He's weighing in with a 34-pound, 14-ounce total after 3 days. He's the Warrior. From Warrior, Alabama, Gerald the G-Man Swindle. And next up in the final 5, a man with 4 top 10 finishes on the Walmart BFL Series. This is his first time as a top 5 finalist on the Walmart FLW Tour. Let's bring him on.
Hi, my name is Wesley Strader. I'm from Spring City, Tennessee. My career is hopefully on the rise. Right now, I'm doing pretty good. Recently come in second at the Everstart, Sam Rayburn. And I think my chances tomorrow are real good. I'm catching the limited spots, you know, fairly quick, 20, 30, 40 minutes. I catch the limited spots, and then from there, I pretty much get my confidence, not wanting to run around and, you know, get my head down straight and, you know, get my head on level and try to call them out with largemouth, and that just gets me settled down.
He weighs in with 32 pounds and 9 ounces after 3 days. Here is the pride of Spring City, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, Wesley Sweet Strader. And our next top 5 finalist is a 2-time Walmart FLW Tour Angler of the Year, and he's been featured on Kellogg's cereal boxes. This will be his 5th top 5 appearance on the tour. He's a 2-time tour champion, including the 1999 Walmart Open. Here he is.
My name is Clark Wendlandt. I'm from Cedar Park, Texas. I think my chances are real good. It takes finding some good fish, and you got to find some good largemouth. The good largemouth seem to be the real key. I'm going to go look and hopefully find some. I don't really have very many fish to go to. I have to put my trolling motor down and just go.
And weighing in with a 3-day total of 33 pounds, 6 ounces from Cedar Park, Texas, the fishing man from Aggie Land, Clark Wendlandt. And here's our last finalist. He's a 1998 Walmart FLW Tour champion on Wheeler Lake. This marks his 8th top 10 finish on the Walmart Tour. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is.
I would dedicate tomorrow to my wife, Robin. She's out here with me, you know, all the time, and she takes care of me, makes my lunch, and makes the reservations, and drives. Makes me feel better when I have a bad day. So we got a baby on the way, so I dedicate it to her for sure. I'm pleased with where my career is. It's come a long ways in the last 3 or 4 years. I'm 27 years old, and the Lord's blessed me a lot. I'm happy where I'm at, but I still
would like to do better and get better, and I'm learning a lot every year.
And he weighs in with a 3-day total of 32 pounds, 14 ounces. He comes to us from Trussville, Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Randy Levelhead Howell.
Well, Michael Buffer has set the stage, certainly, for an exciting day here in Northwest Arkansas. I'm Tommy Sanders. Jerry McInnes will be along in a minute, and we will be looking at shallow bass all day. As always, that salty Final Five have worked hard to be with us here on the final day. And let's look at a bit of their semifinal day before we turn them loose.
He's hitting it, man. My heart's fluttering. I mean, just pounding. I'm not getting the right angle on the bait. I don't want to jerk him right beside that log. As big as he is, he break me off. A little bit more this way. Should take one good cast. Let it down in the bed. Stop it. Start shaking. Shake it right up to him. Keep shaking. There he is, too. Easy now, he's a big one. Get him in the net. Yeah, my man. I told you he was a big spot. Nah. Smoke 21 has fired a shot. It's just so hard to tell. Pretty nice spot for Beaver Lake out here in Arkansas. Man. Go on with your bad self. Go on with your bad self.
Well, on this third day of qualifying, we crowned our non-boater champion. That was Hoot Gibson. He achieved that honor with 5 pounds, 15 ounces of fish. Now, at that time, we still had 10 pros with us, and although a top 10 finish, that is quite a feat here in this tournament. We lost Rick Gassaway, Johnny McCombs, Gary Klein, Cody Bird, and Bill Smith on that wrap-up day. But that's the bad news. Good news is that Pack, Swindle, Wendlandt, Howell, and Strader have survived.
Long neck paid off here. Yeah.
You're watching the $1 million Walmart Open. Now, this is one of the big 3 events out here during the season on the Walmart FLW Tour. It's one that the fishermen really point to. They really prepare for, not just because of the money. It's a beautiful lake, and most importantly, it's a prolific lake. The Game and Fish authorities say that there are 16 million spawning bass in this lake right now. Our 5 competitors are underway. They're just trying to catch 5 good ones. Jerry McInnes is up in the air with one of them right now on what promises to be a perfect day for fishing.
Well, Tommy, what a beautiful morning we have here starting on Beaver Reservoir. Has spectacular takeoff, and we're following Randy Howell down to Clifty Creek. Good morning, Randy. How are you doing today?
I'm feeling good today, Jerry.
Boy, you have to be one of the 5 happiest bass fishermen in the world right now.
Well, I'm really excited. I'm just tickled to death to be going out this Walmart Open today. Kind of chilly this morning, though, but I know that sun's coming out. We're going to have a good day.
I know you've been on a lot of different lakes in a very young career. How does Beaver Lake rate with you?
Man, Beaver Lake is awesome, Jerry. Anytime I can look in the water and see 10 foot deep and see bass swimming around, man, my nerves go bad because I love to catch them when I can see them.
Does it fit your style of fishing?
It fits my style perfect, Jerry. I love sight fishing. We're a little bit late on the full moon, but we still have a lot of small bass on the bed. And that's going to be the key today. Somebody, hopefully me, finding a big fish and getting in the bite. That's going to be the winner today.
What is there about Clifty Creek that it attracted you?
Well, Clifty's got a whole lot more fish in it. It's got a lot of numbers in it. And I'm going there first because I'd like to get 5 before I start looking today. And I also saw a 5-pounder in there yesterday, so I'm going to look for that first.
Well, I know you well enough to know that you are going to have a good time today, regardless of what happens.
Yeah, the good thing, Jared, it's in the Lord's hands today. That takes a lot of pressure off of it, so I'm gonna fish real hard and have a good time either way.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you, Jared. Appreciate it.
Randy Howell headed for the lower end of the lake. Clark Wendlandt right here working a very visible fish in about 5 feet of water with a white 2. Now watch all this. We are going to get such a good education on this style of fishing today. But basically, these guys are dropping a plastic bait in the area of a largemouth, a smallmouth, or a Kentucky bass's bed and making them mad enough to strike.
Spot. He bited about 20 times before he finally got caught. All right, that's a start, though. About 1.5 pounds.
Well, as we roll back and watch again the sight that our anglers saw this morning, may we remind you that these professional anglers have worked so hard getting to this point in their careers. We hope you respect how much they prepare themselves, how knowledgeable they are about finding and catching fish, and most importantly, what good people they really are.
Oh, there's Beaver. Look, can you see her right there? Look, see her swimming? Coming right in. That's a 5-pounder. Son, look, she's coming to the trolling motor. Stand up here and you can give her in the camera. Look, she's right there. See that big one right there? See her black tail doing like that, going away? God, that's a monster. If I could catch her, I'd win this tournament. She's spooked though. She ain't on the bed yet. The male is right there. See the male on that white bed? Turning around right now. I'm gonna catch him, and after I catch him, she might get up there and bite.
You'll notice as we go along today that Randy Howell provides his own play-by-play.
Yeah, very entertaining.
We don't have to work. He does a good job of it. He does.
Hey, and Mark Pack is preparing himself for a cast a little bit later on in the day. He's probably got a fish underneath that brush pile there and can't make a cast, so he's going to clean it out and catch him later. And you know what, Tommy? Randy was talking about the male and the female and so on. And what he meant there was that when you catch the male, you have a good chance of coming back and catching the female. He's got the male now.
Take it to start with, though. All about presentation. Had to move around to the right position before I could get the cast. To be a good sight fisherman, you got to be able to practice a cast to make sure you can make good casts. So it's real important to make real accurate casts as quick as possible when you get the fish ready to bite. That's what happened that time. Once I got the cast where it needed to be, he bit it. Spotted bass are a lot more aggressive than a largemouth when they're on the bed. I don't know why, but I appreciate that.
You're looking at it. Get back in there. I'm gonna catch this fish.
Well, you can see him down there.
He's hard to see, but you can see him pretty good. You can see that old black stripe. Of course, Mark has zeroed in on him. He's flipping in a little plastic bait, and he has got him.
Wow.
Nice little spotted bass, like Randy Howell said earlier. They're a little more aggressive than the largemouth.
You just gotta stay persistent with them. You'll finally get them.
You know, I think we featured Randy Howell and how fussy he is about the way he dresses, having his pants just right for fishing in an earlier show. Well, old Levelhead, as Michael Buffer called him, he's the same way about that famous flat top.
Bad, it's messed up. See, it's level usually, but usually real flat. All right, it's bad looking right now. It's just pretty messed up. My hat, man. Sit back. Y'all are killing me.
It is spring on Beaver Lake, and the fish are shallow.
Boy, they are shallow, aren't they? And you know what? Old Gerald has not fished this style very often. He's kind of new to this, and it's not easy, Tommy. You know, just because you can see these fish doesn't mean that they're easy to catch. Sometimes they're a lot harder when you can see them.
He's just so deep, you just can't see him good enough to know when he bites it, you know. Like there, he had it. I was just about jerked, and if I would have, I'd have caught him.
Well, Swindell may have very little experience at side fishing, but this guy's a different story.
Oh, boy, he's in the top 10, isn't he? Boy, he's one. All these guys from Texas are exceptionally good sight fishermen. Clark may be the best there is, boy.
All right. Another good spot. About 1.75 pounds, probably. Man, those fish are beautiful.
We're getting to see most of the bedding fish with our other anglers, but not so Clark. He's got some deeper beds going, doesn't he?
He's actually fishing on these bluffy banks. The other guys are fishing in a lot shallow water. You know, Wesley Strader, as a matter of fact, is all the way up the other end of the river.
Wesley?
Yeah.
I was talking to Bud, your dad, a minute ago. He said the closest you ever got to the top 10 before was way back when at Kentucky Lake, and David Fritz knocked you out at the about the last fish to come in. So here's your chance to really bust on through, and you have. It's great to be in the top 5, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. I mean, it's a great feeling. It's just a satisfaction of finally knowing that you've accomplished one of your dreams.
What do you call home? Kentucky Lake?
No, Washbar Lake, but I go to Norris and Dale Hollow, you know, when they're on the beds of super clear lakes and, you know, practice a lot, you know, trying to figure out what really aggravates them.
Well, what's worked for you this week?
Well, a lake fork tube and a twitch worm. It's just every fish has its own personality, and it's like right now I'm working on one about 3 pounds, and I've sold everything I've had in the boat at, and now I'm on a pink jig, and it's a real catchable fish, but it just don't want to cooperate with me.
Wesley, based on what you've seen so far today, what do you think the chances are of you finding a really big largemouth and being able to catch it sometime today?
I've found a lot of them, but they're not working with me. I mean, every fish I'm pulling up on is close to 3.
Is there any chance they get better during the afternoon, or is it they pretty much if they won't take it in the morning, they won't take it in the afternoon?
Well, the thing is, we blasted off so early this morning. Those guys that are going down the lake, they got a better chance to see them. Whereas I had to weigh off about an hour for the sun to get up so I can even be able to see them, because I'm up the river. There's nobody up here with me doing what I'm doing.
He hit it so hard, messed up the tube. I didn't know you were ready. That's why I didn't jerk there. You ready this time?
Yeah.
All right. You're ready again now, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
All right, I knew you weren't. Camera conscious. We'll get him here, though. He's pretty ticked off at this point. Gosh, he's hitting that thing hard. You know what he's trying, what he's doing is he's just hitting it really, but he doesn't go in his mouth. It's like I feel him hit it, but. He's biting so short, I'm going to put on something really little. Maybe I can, hook him. Now that's a spot. Look at that red eye. That is so neat.
Clark Wendlandt certainly got to hone his fish jerking technique there.
All on one fish, and Swindell's back on one himself.
Come on. Dog it. Dang it. Now that hurt. He's sitting there again. Oh, I'm gonna catch him. When it takes all day, now it's a personal thing.
The $1 million Walmart Open here in northwest Arkansas on Beaver Lake, part of the White River chain, includes Table Rock and Bull Shoals. This is Wesley Strader from Spring City, Tennessee.
And Wes is fishing a long way from our other anglers. As a matter of fact, you can tell by the watercolor, Tommy, that he's on a different lake, maybe. No, not really. He is at the upper end of
Thank
Beaver.
you, Lord.
He's fishing for largemouth. These largemouth are going to weigh a lot more than the little spots.
But they've got to be 15 inches long.
Right. That's the
Pushing them
problem with fishing with the largemouth is you're going to catch small ones before you can get a keeper. But boy, how about that one?
He wants it moving instead of sitting. I see now what he wants. That felt good. Can y'all see? I'm about to bust him right here. Watch. He had to turn his head. He turns his head. He don't see it in time. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. That daggone fish. Oh, it makes me mad. Oh, I nipped him that time. Got him. Come on, Lord, let me keep this one off. Yes, thank God. Man, that's a hard-headed rascal. And the top lip. Y'all did better than that while ago.
Are these folks getting a show or not? Getting to watch Randy Howell do this sight fishing?
This is great. I could follow Randy all day, couldn't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, what do you think about Clark's attitude right now?
How long have you been doing this kind of fishing, Randy?
I've been doing it since I was about 12 years old, probably.
Well, he's only 14
Yeah,
now.
so 2 years, that's not long enough to learn how to bad fish.
All right, I hear you.
You like it, though. You like this kind of fish.
Oh, I love it. I grew up on Lake Gaston in North Carolina. It's a clear water lake, a lot of big largemouth, and I used to go out after school every day. I quit playing baseball in the 10th grade so I could go fishing in the afternoons.
Can you catch any largemouth, big largemouth you see on the beds here, or just some of them uncatchable?
Well, all the ones that have been really on the bed are catchable, but the ones that aren't really on the bed. This morning I spent 30 minutes and caught a male because there's a 6-pound female there. And I mean, it's a monster fish. I caught the male and it wasn't even a 15-incher. And I took it out and released it. And the female was getting ready up there, and all of a sudden the male shows back up.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you going to go back to that fish?
Yeah, I've been back a couple times already, but she's huge.
Talk to us a little bit about the fish you're fishing on right now. I think it's real interesting. Randy, our viewers need to understand that these fish have personalities, and you can almost tell if it's a catchable fish or not. Is that right?
That's right. This is kind of a Tommy Sanders fish right here.
Is that right?
Yeah,
what does that mean?
He's real friendly. He's standing around. He keeps standing here. He won't leave, and he's, talking to me, letting me know that he's interested in biting. So
we're gonna have to catch our breath on that.
Yeah, hold on a second. Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to hurry up and catch him so we'll get him while you're talking to him. He's already looked at it a couple times.
Now, when you got them really like passing over it again and again and again, you know they're interested. You know you want to bite. Is there some little move you put on that bait just to seal the deal, to make it happen?
Yeah, it's a lot of different little things. It's really hard. It's the hardest thing in the world to explain. I've tried to help my partners every day to catch them like this, and you just got to know the way that fish is reacting. It's almost like when he turns and looks at you or looks at the bait, you got to do a certain thing at a certain time. You got to hop it just enough to aggravate him. And if you see him chase your bait, you know he don't want it on the bottom. So then you got to kind of hop it by his face. And I've caught 2 like that this morning.
Are you throwing a tube at him?
Throwing a what?
Are you throwing a tube?
No, I'm rotating right now. I'm throwing this little bitty homemade finesse jig.
And does the color make a whole lot of difference, or do you like a color that you can see real good?
Well, I was talking about that this morning. The color that you can see helps you to fish the bed better, but if you don't bite the bait as fast in this clear water for some reason. Everybody has their different opinion, but this week I've had a lot more success fishing more natural colored things, and it's harder for me to see the fish, but I'd rather see the fish bite it, but I'd rather go for the feel and catch him 10 minutes quicker than to use a bright bait and not be able to get him to bite quick.
Well, and don't you think a Jerry McKinnis fish would be harder to catch than a Tommy Sanders?
You got that right. I've had 2 or 3 of them this morning. That 6-pounder reminded me of you a whole lot. He just kind of eased around. Wasn't in any rush. Just took his time.
Really, just not even paying attention? Yeah, that sort of fish. Randy, I mean, it's been a few months, I'll say several months since we've had you in a top 10 here. And well, this is a good time to break through. You and Robin are expecting a child, and it's just what a terrific week to make a good showing.
Man, it's an awesome week. Lord, he's blessed me so much this week, just making this cut, fishing the way I love to fish, and we got a baby on the way in August. And, it would just be perfect if I could win this tournament today. And I'm going to try as hard as I can, do everything I can, and if it's meant to be and Lord blesses me, lets me find one that's big and will bite, I think I can do it, because you don't ever know what it might take today. It could take a lot or it really might not take much. And everybody's doing the same thing, so it's going to be an exciting weigh-in.
No doubt about that. From what we've seen today, from what we've seen all week, we know it's going to be a good weigh-in, a tight one.
And you know what? Looking from the scenery there, I think Clark is back on that same fish again. He has fooled around, and a lot of these guys just stay right after him until they get him.
Not too good that time. That's a good fish. I'm gonna spot it back. That's 5. All right.
Walmart Open here on Beaver Lake. We're checking out Randy Howell again. As you can see, he has found a fish right by that rock, just to the right of that rock.
I learned to cast today. I'll be good, I tell you what. Oh, boy. You don't like that. Oh, got a scale. Glad I didn't snag him. Got a little scale, see it? Flick that off. I'll put that back on him in a second. Get him in here, I'll put that scale back on him. Save it for him. He went down on it. Here we go. Let's do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Moved it too far. I got to start doing side bets out there on how many casts it'll take. Get some money going out here. Here we go. There he is. Number 4. Thank you, Lord. Top.
Where Mark Pack is positioned right now, we really can't see the fish, but there's one down there just like the one Randy Howell was shooting for, and there he is.
Saying you'll notice that these guys always point out to you where the fish was just caught, and that is to prove that they have not snagged this fish. They want everybody to know that they have caught it legally.
Now look at that.
Man.
Little guys, that's this year's model, I think, of red fox.
And that's tougher to do than see one of these fish, isn't it, Tommy?
Indeed.
Gerald Swindell is such a quiet, subdued, calm individual, isn't he?
Booyah! Got it, son. Third time's a charm, but I got it.
Man.
That's what I need. When I lose one, it's like the end of the battle till I catch him, and now my confidence is back where it ought to be. I lost him 3 times. It was my 3rd time.
Just barely gets excited there. Gerald Swindell of Alabama. You know, we had a list going around a while back. The most stressful jobs in America, believe it or not, professional bass angler was one of them right there in the top 10 or 15. But right near the very top was college basketball coach. And believe it or not, we've had one of those in the field this week as well. Fishing on the co-angler side, assistant to Nolan Richardson, Brad Dunn of the University of Arkansas.
You know how to tell when you're a bad golfer? How's that? When you're on the golf course and people walk up to you and ask you if the fish are biting. That's probably right.
Yeah, I really like it. I have a good time. What limited time I get to go fishing, I have a good time fishing. It's kind of nice to get away sometimes. I don't think with the stress in my job that you can do it 24/7, 52. In recruiting, I'm dealing with an 18-year-old client, okay? And those guys out there fishing right now are determining whether these fish are going to bite off the bed. Okay, so yesterday I'm sitting there fishing on a bed and fishing, looking at the fish, and I'm going, you know what, this is not real easy either. One of the things that separates the pros in fishing from the amateurs, it separates a great basketball player from just a so-so player, is the ability to adjust to what the people are doing to you. In basketball, if somebody shows you a particular defense or a particular offense, and you've got to make adjustments so you can win the game. I think in fishing, you got to make adjustments. Okay, I knew that these fish were here, and it was a bright bluebird day, and now we got cloudy and we got windy, and it's warmer, and things have changed. And you better be able to adjust to that, or you can end up with no sacrifice. Yeah, I got big aspirations to turn pro. Are you nuts? I can't be doing that.
Found your hiding place, didn't I, Hoss? Found your hiding place. This is the cast. I'm calling it, boys.
Gerald says he's going to catch one on this cast. It's not really hard to find their hiding place.
Look here, right in the middle of my circle is that bed. Look how bright that sticks out. That is where the fish has gone in there and actually cleaned that up. You couldn't see the fish on it there. You could see the bed pretty good, but Gerald had a pretty good view at him, I guess, dropped the bait in the right place, and boy, they are so catchable when they're in that position.
Bam! That's a good spot.
It's the Walmart Open on Beaver Lake in northwest Arkansas. We're catching spawning fish, and the spawning all happens on the bed.
And we are looking at a bed, Tommy. Look how clear this area is all around here. That fish has got in there with his tail and cleaned that up, and that's the spot that sticks out so much when the fisherman is actually looking for this spot. And look, this little guy right here, well, he gets out of our view every now and then. He's right in there, and now he's gone. He leaves that bed. Here he is. Here he is right here. He will leave that bed, but he won't go very far, and he will finally wander back.
All right.
Now, Clark Wendlandt with a big fish, big in a lot of ways. That's a largemouth, right?
Boy, and that'll make a difference, too.
That's just almost relief after spending 2 hours on those other ones. That's a good 3-pounder. Good deal.
Right now, this is the critical time. You see, I wish you could see, he's making real nervous rotations in the bed without really running away from the bed. That's when you know you can catch him, because you're really bothering him when you're doing that, when you see him doing that.
Okay. Nervous rotations. That's you. Nervous rotation. I guess that is me. I do a lot of nervous rotations during a tournament week. Let them dogs out. We're fixing to fire this bad boy up.
Another one on there for Swindle. We thought it might turn out this way today, and so it has. The race is so very tight with Gerald Swindle here, Clark Wendlandt, Randy Howe, maybe separating themselves from the other two, Strader and Pack, just a little bit.
Talkie popping there. It's coming around now, boys. It's time to dance. God, the bump. God, the bump. Oh, thank you. Ah! It don't get any better. I've never been it, never seen it. Never live it. Boom! That's what I need right there.
Strader with another one. He hasn't caught many fish today, but the ones he has caught have been good ones.
Hey, remember last year the tournament was won at this end of the lake, and there just seems to be a better bunch of largemouth up there, and he doesn't have to have as many strikes as the other guys. If he can keep catching them 15-inch or better, you know they're going to weigh pretty good. Hey, and Tommy, do you realize a month ago we was over on Lake Martin fishing in 30 feet of water with drop shot rigs. 2 or 3 of these guys are using drop shot rigs on these shallow fish.
On the shallow fish.
Absolutely.
Well, Wesley catching up with that good one there. Let's check back in now on Gerald Swindle.
It's just a matter of principle.
Hey, you're normally not a sight fisherman, are you?
Nah, guys, I really not. I spent all spring so far trying to become a better sight fisherman. I even took a lot of information from Gary Klein and Timmy Horton. Both of those guys lend me a lot of knowledge that they've shared with me. And, you know, I just been working on it. You can hone your skills at fishing just like you can shooting 3-pointers in basketball. And I've had all intentions of becoming a better sight fisherman, but I don't proclaim to be a good one yet.
Boy, you're a tiger with a spinnerbait. I remember when you won that tournament, everyone was sight fishing except you throwing a spinnerbait.
Well, that's something I'm more of an aggressive type fisherman. I really get psyched up and I fish real fast, and that's right up my alley. But this bed fishing thing's kind of exciting too now. I'm starting to like it.
Yeah. You talked a little bit yesterday, Gerald, about having to work on your skills, but you also talked about working on the mental side of your game. What do you do to become a smarter fisherman, to become a more patient and a more effective mentally fisherman?
I think you have to, you spend some time out on the water by yourself trying to catch these fish, and you work on staying there, achieving the confidence, not leaving on a bass till you catch him, and that's a big thing, And then I spent all fall, last winter after my surgeries and this spring so far, and I'm trying to train hard physically so you keep your stamina up. So, I noticed the better I feel, that my mental game becomes a lot better. I don't seem to get as tired. You don't make bad decisions.
What, if you don't mind us asking, what kind of surgery did you have? We didn't know about that.
Yeah, last year, right before the FLW Championship, I had 2 major back surgeries. I had one in May and one in August. So when I actually fished the championship, I was only about, I think, 6 weeks off the operating table off my second surgery, which made, 4 overall back surgeries. So I've had to really be careful, and I've tried hard to get back in physical shape to come out here, because I don't care what anybody says. This is the most physical and demanding sport I've ever been involved in, and I've played it all from any kind of thing you can imagine. And this right here takes more out of me physically than anything. So,
have you got to look at your big fish yet? Are you there yet?
I'm easing in here, so if I start whispering, y'all know I'm looking at him.
How much time are you willing to spend on this fish today?
If he'll stay here, I'll spend the rest of the day.
The rest of the day? Wow. Good luck, Gerald.
Thanks a lot, guys.
We'll see you.
Big one. I need to find a big one still. How big does one have to be to cull it? Well, see, I could cull still with a 2-pounder, but that's only gonna help me 5 or 6 ounces. So it's a game of ounces right now.
You need at least a 2-pounder.
Yeah, I really need to find a 3+ pounder is what I'm looking. I'm gonna look real fast right here. See, there's a big one behind the dog. Same thing.
We're going to let Randy look, but right now, Clark Wendlandt is working the one that would help his situation immensely.
And Tommy, this is kind of off the subject a little bit, but speaking of Clark Wendlandt, he's from College Station, Texas. Is College Station a hotbed for hockey or something down there?
Not that I know of.
He is
wild
Mr. Hockey. About hockey, isn't he?
Oh,
especially the Dallas Stars. He's all over that. Right now, he's not too interested in it, though. Boy, he's got a dandy largemouth on here. And I hope everybody knows that it doesn't happen as fast as we're showing it to you. Sometimes it takes them 2 hours to catch one of these fish.
Another nice one. Let's figure out which rod I want to use. Man of many rods.
Let him bite. There he is. There he is. It's a smallmouth. Dang, it's a pretty smallmouth. Look at that. Let me get up here and get him. Look at that pretty smallmouth. Dang, you know that was a smallmouth. That was pretty neat. I didn't even know what happened. God, don't let me cost me this tournament.
For the standing room only crowd in attendance and the millions watching all across America, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Boy, what a big day we have had here in Rogers, Arkansas. Mark Pack, Wesley Strader, and Randy Howell did a great job today, but this has come down to Clark Wendlandt and Gerald Swindell. One of them is going to be a very happy fisherman.
Two left, contesting the championship at the 2001 Walmart Open. Gerald Swindell, your leader so far, 10 pounds, 11 ounces. Yesterday, that's exactly the total that Clark Wendlandt caught. I hope, I pray that that's not the total he caught today. Clark Wendlandt has weighed in 3 fish so far. He needs 2 pounds, 8 ounces. Is it, Charlie, in order to take
2.9.
2.9.
No, 3.9. Excuse me, Tommy. 3 pounds, 9 ounces.
Oh, that's right. Needs 3 pounds.
3.9.
Okay.
We'll put him $200,000 for the second time here at the Walmart Open.
3 pounds, 9 ounces.
Less than that, another repeat champion here.
Remember, he's weighed in 3 fish so far.
He's reaching the live well.
See if he's got a limit.
Y'all got me over here where I can't see. I don't like that at all.
3.9. Don't run off.
I could possibly be right.
99 champion of the Walmart Open. Clark Wendlandt. This will be fish number
He's losing
4.
water. All right, stop right there. Let's get the weight of this one here. This is his 4th fish. He needs 3.9 to win $100,000. This fish weighs 1 pound, 13 ounces. So let's see his limit fish.
Looking for 3.9 total.
Just keep standing here like you do me now.
As long as they keep flopping, we have to.
2 fish for Clark Wendlandt. 4 pounds, 6 ounces.
Clark Wendlandt is your champion. How about that?
Oh, my word.
Pretty incredible feeling, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. I thought about it today while I was sitting out there, and really when I was driving back today, I almost started crying in the boat. You know, my favorite way to fish in the world is to sight fish, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows I'm going to come here and do it, and to get to the top 5 and have a chance to win a tournament, a $200,000 tournament, it's really overwhelming. And I lost about a 4-pounder today that I really thought cost me the tournament. I didn't think I was going to win, but it's worked out. The Lord's blessed me very much. I've got strong support with my family, and the fans are awesome. I thank everybody here.
If Clark hadn't won this event, we couldn't have used this shot as our Fuji flashback, but he did, and so we will.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.